So next, phase five, outreach. Now, this is where it starts to get um, a bit, you know, actionable. Because kanina puro concepts, di ba? So this is where it starts to get actionable. Now, I get really affected and depressed sometimes when people tell me that freelancing is unstable. Di ba? They say that, freelancing is an unstable business. I mean, it's unstable, etc., etc. But to be honest, I'd like to tell them, unstable your ass. Like seriously, joke lang. That's really what I want to say. I mean, because like any other business, right? Freelancing is dependent on lead flow. Every business has that. Okay, no, not one business is stable, right? And if you're just waiting for clients to pop in your door like you're doing at Upwork, if every business will do that, most of them will be out of business in a month, right? Yun eh. So let's take a call center for example, right? Do you think a call center hires agents first and then find clients later, right? No, that's a total waste of money and time, right? What they do is look for client first, determine the amount needed based on the client specs and how many they need to hire, and then they hire, right? So here's my question as a freelancer and we're a business. What's stopping us from doing the same? Bakit kailangan maghanap lang tayo ng client kapag wala na tayong client? Nagets nyo ba? Hugot. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Okay? Like I said earlier, if you're spending 100% of your time doing actual work, right, you're doing freelancing wrong. Freelancing is 70% actual work and 30% marketing, reaching out to prospects. And this, like I've said, this involves connecting with prospects. So if I'm set to work for 45 hours per day, the first hour and a half, okay, of that 5 hours is reserved for doing outreach and finding new prospects. Because just like every other online business, right? Having a consistent flow of leads is the lifeblood of your business. Let's get you away from the usual feast and famine na usually reklamo ng mga freelancers. Okay? So right, that's why networking and maintaining good client relations is really necessary, right? So what's an outreach campaign? Okay? Simply put, it's reaching out personally to your ideal client, which we again identified already on phase one. Okay, guys, again, we're going to refer back to the past phases, right? It's reaching out personally to your ideal client, which you identified in phase one. Now, let's say, for example, take my freelance business, for example, right? I'm going to show you an example of how I do it. Like what I did first to gain traction, okay? This, guys, listen to this because this is how I really, I want you to focus on this, like the outreach. What I did first to gain traction is to create a new Facebook profile. And why did I do that? Because again, I don't want them to see my drunken pictures, my the other the other pictures that are not professional, for a lack of a better term. Okay, create a new Facebook profile. And then I added people whom I think are my ideal clients. Okay. The very first thing I did is review my phase three. Again, guys, who remembers phase three? Can anyone tell me what phase three is? Allah, di na alam. Right, find your audience. Yeah. So the very first thing I did is review my phase three and find out where my audience is hanging out. Now, the good thing is, here's the good thing, I didn't have to be creative about it. Okay, because since my prospects are people who sends email, diba? Email copywriter ako, people who sends email are my audience. I decided to go smart about it and I joined Facebook groups for people who uses an ESP. And if you don't know what an ESP is, it's an email service provider. Okay, it's a tool that businesses use to send automated emails. So if they're a part of that group, right, there's a good chance that they're sending emails. Tama ba ako? Diba? If they're a part of the group, there's a good chance they're sending emails because again, they're businesses who sends emails. Okay. So I joined GetResponse, Active Campaign, Infusionsoft, and then again, there's something I okay. But here's the important part. This is something I wouldn't be able to realize if I wasn't able, if I didn't do the first three phases, right? The first three phases, like find, up to finding, where your audience hang out. Now, here's the thing. Next, what I did was, you guys take note of this. Next, I checked the members area, like the members, and decided to add 10 people inside that group a day. 10 people a day. Now, why 10 people a day? Because I was trying to build a friends list pure because my ideal clients, okay, but my ideal clients are the ones who send emails, diba? To their list. That's my ideal client. So what I did was I'm adding 10 of my ideal clients a day as my friend. Okay, that's what I do. Nung nagsisimula pa lang ako. Now I'll show you how powerful this method is on the next phase. Okay, but going back, after adding them, I just send them a message, like saying, what if they won't accept you? Okay, so Ray, what if they won't accept you? It's okay. Move on. Move on din tayo. Kaya mo yan. No, but seriously, if they don't accept you, move on. Yeah. Wouldn't this strategy also apply in LinkedIn? I'm not really familiar with how LinkedIn works right now. I've used it like a couple of years ago, but I haven't used it since. So I'm not sure. Okay, but going back, I sent them a message saying, "Hi, hi, Shoden. I just want to connect with a fellow email marketer," and then that's it. If they reply, great. I ask them what they do and have them tell me about their favorite topic. Can you guys guess what an email marketer's favorite topic is? Leads, food, conversion, leads. Okay, guys, ito. Whether they're email marketer or any type of business owner, their favorite topic is themselves. Okay, that that's their favorite topic. It's everyone's favorite topic. It's your favorite topic. Your favorite topic is yourself. Every time someone talks about you, you listen because it's about you, di ba? Kaya nga malakas ang ano natin sa ano malakas ang radar natin sa mga chismis because they're talking about us. Ganun kalakas ang tenga natin if whenever they're talking about us, right? And then that's it. If they reply, great. I ask them what they do, tell them, let me tell them more about themselves. And here's the thing: you don't talk about yourself. Just let them talk about themselves. In fact, your only cue to talk about yourself is when they ask, "How about you? What do you do?" Kasi pag tinanong mo siya na tinanong, they have no choice. It's human nature to ask back as a form of courtesy, right? Diba? Kamusta ka na? Oh, blah blah blah. Ikaw, diba? Yun yung ganoon ng bato natin. Ikaw. So if you ask someone like a whole lot of questions about them, like how's your business, like what do you do exactly, right? They love to talk about them, and there's a good chance they're going to add you as a friend. Okay, and you don't tell them about yourself unless they ask like, how about you? What do you do? Now, here's the guys. Don't miss this part. Here is where your phase 4 is put into action. Okay, this is where your phase 4. Again, we're talking about anong phase ba to? Phase 5, and this is where your phase 4 is put into action. What's phase 4 again? Do you guys remember? Yeah, position your offer. Okay. Okay. And do you guys still remember Irma? Si Irmang book writer. Okay. Let's say, di ba, si Irma. So let's say she's adding consultants and coaches to her friend list. Okay? Si Irma, the book writer, she adds coaches and consultants to her friends list kasi yun nga yung target clients niya. She does the same outreach technique. Okay? And she was, she's genuinely interested with the prospect's business. And then she's asked, okay, ng client. So sabi ng client sa kanya, so how about you? What do you do? Now, if Irma is going to put phase four into action and says this, again, remember, di ba, yung kausap niya is a consultant or a coach that needs a book. Di ba? So, in-ask them, ano bang, kamusta yung ano mo, yung business mo sa consultant, blah, 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 and all that. And then the consultant asked, like, how about you? What do you do? Well, I help coaches and I help coaches or consultants, depende sa kausap niya, get more clients using the books that I write for them. Right? If that's kasi yung positioning niya, di ba? Get more clients using the books that she writes for them. Now, see how different that sounds compared to what do you do? I'm a copywriter. What do you do? I'm a book writer. What do you do? I'm a content marketer. Do you guys see the difference? Yeah, it's like, okay, how about you? What do you do? Oh, help coaches get more clients, blah, blah, blah. Diba parang sapul na sapul eh. Parang, holy shit. Kailangan ko ng service niya. Yun na yung tanong eh. Diba? Yun na yun. Yun na yun. Right? Now, guys, if ano magtatanong, Irma is a real person. I just don't wanna put out her last name kasi there's a good chance na baka hanapin niyo sa Facebook and you might, hindi naman sasabing dishonest kayo or anything, but you might, some people might copy the marketing that she does. So, ayan. Anyway, now, and here's the thing, okay? If for some reason you didn't get to entice them with your positioning, right? It doesn't really matter. What I do is I put them on a spreadsheet and continue to just communicate with them. Because here's the thing, at an average, you need 8 touch points in order for someone to buy from you. Okay, not maganda ba? Okay, because on average you need 8 touch points, not touching someone literally, but eight instances where you get to talk or seen or saw your offer or heard about your offer. Okay, and the name of the game is consistency, right? So the first touch point could be just getting to know each other, right? And the second touch point could be just sharing a tip. Okay. The third touch point could be, babalikan mo yung client and then say, nga pala, it's I have a case study about blah blah blah, right, and so on. And this is okay. So I'm telling you this because this is where the traditional goal setting fails us freelancers. Okay. Usually when we set our goals, diba? Like how do we set our goals? We sometimes say, like, at the end of the year, I'll be earning X amount of dollars. But that's what we usually do. Well, next year, mayaman na ako. Okay. Um, Star the touch points depends on what you want exactly. Wala naman siyang specific na specific na nagagawin. Okay. Right. But let's go back to the goal setting. Diba? Sometimes we say, sana pag ganun, after a month, ito na yung income ko after a year. Who does that? Who in here does that? Let's be honest. Who in here does that? Yeah, me. Right? Me before. Okay. Konti lang pala gumagawa dito. So, di ko na di-discuss to, konti lang pala gumagawa. Sabi biglang dumami nung sinabi ko di ko na ito di-discuss. Ang dadaya nyo, nung ayaw nyo sumagot. Okay. All right. Okay, so sometimes, ito yun. Sometimes we succeed at our goals. If that's your goal, sometimes we succeed, right? But at the expense of sometimes working too hard. And most of the time, we fail to do so. Like if we have an X amount, sana pag after a year, 1 million ang kita ko, right? Sometimes we succeeded our goals, but the expense of working too hard. Sometimes naman, we get disappointed, we get depressed, right? And it's because we fail. But here's the thing: you can't control results. You can't get angry at yourself for failing on something you have no control over. But what you can control is the process. Okay? Be addicted to the process more than the result. The result is only a byproduct of your process. Okay? Instead of setting a monetary goal, my goal back then is usually just I need to connect with 10 clients today, 10 clients tomorrow, 10 clients next day, 10 clients Thursday. Like really tangible things. Okay. I set up those tangible things. I set up process as my goal because yeah, I mean if if you fail on a process, you have no one to blame but yourself. Diba? Because the process is something that's 100% in your control. No one can mess with your process, right? Kaya may sakit ka, kaya may, I mean, you can still do the process, whatever it is that your process is. Diba? Kaya may birthday, let's say for example, may inuman. It's up to you to choose kung pupunta sa kainuman or gawin mo yung process that you promise yourself you're gonna do every single day. Diba? So because the process is something that's 100% in your control. And if you fail, then alam mo kung sino may kasalanan, right? So stick to the process consistently and the success will eventually follow. That's the importance of the outreach process. Stick to the outreach process and then you'll get clients and then you'll get higher fees. Sunod-sunod na yun eh. Okay? If you can just do 10, 10, 10 in a month, 30 na 10, di ba? Yun yung 300 na inad mo. So let's say 300 na sila, tapos nag-post ka, di ba? Those are ideal clients that you're posting to. Okay? So guys, any questions on phase number 5, which is outreach? Gising pa ba kayo? I realize I still have a lot to learn. Yes, gising pa. Alive, alive na alive. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yan, kalahating mata. Yan. Well, malapit na tayo matapos. So, yan. You're welcome, Divine. Could you share with us those 8 touch points? Like what I said earlier, there is no specific 8 touch points. It just depends on how you want to connect. But as long as, right, as long as you, you know, as long as you make sure that you're heard, seen, and felt from at least 8 times. Yun lang yun. Yan, si Star lasing na. Hindi man lang nagyaya. So yun. So guys, do you have any questions? Other questions? Last one question before we move on to the 6th phase. Seek unto the last. Wala ba tendency to overbook? Owen, yes, there is. But that's the thing. It's a good problem to have. Diba? It's a good problem to have to get more clients than you can manage. That's like the dream of most freelancers. Okay. In my case, I don't overbook because I just work with 4 clients a month. If I go over 4 clients a month, I decline. Yeah. Okay. Where did you find that clients? Well, first on Facebook alone. Okay. Okay, Lizelle, aabot tayo dyan. Which is, how do you prove to yourself to them that you're good?